Good morning. Where's my microphone? My microphone is in my shirt. The microphone is in my shirt. The microphone was in my shirt. Is this thing on? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. This is my accountability video for day number two of self-accountability. And we're just gonna have a little conversation. Okay, so I wanted to talk about timing. I really want to talk about timing. I really want to tell my story, and I feel like that could be 10 videos in itself minimum, because I don't know where to start. And life is a journey, okay? So there's so many layers, there are so many turbulence, there are so many roadblocks, so many detours, baby, the detours, okay? There are so many detours that we experience in life in general. Even we're just trying to find out what it is that we want to do, places that we want to go, people that we want to entertain, people that we got to stop entertaining, okay? Life really be lifing. And so I guess I'm going to have to take time during this 30 days at some point to start to tell my story. And let me just say this. For those of you who desire to vlog, those of you who desire to tell your story, even if it's not like on a public platform, even just one-on-one conversations with people. There are people that you call your friends. There are people that you call your best friends, your sister, your brother, and they really don't know you. They really don't know you. And the reason that they don't know you is because you haven't really allowed that space for you to be 100% authentic. You haven't created that space. So it's not really them, because, you know, they go on with the flow. So you haven't made that space safe for them, first of all, to even tap into what's really going on with you. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why a lot of good people stay silent, they stay quiet, they don't share their story, because you know that no matter what it is that you went through, that your story is not just your story. Your story can help someone else. It might not be thousands, hundreds. It could just be one person. But understand that that one person, that they matter, that one person is your person, that one person is a part of your assignment. And the longer that you stay silent, sometimes other people suffer. Other people suffer when we are disobedient. Other people suffer when we don't tell our stories. Other people suffer when they come to us for advice and we stay silent like we have no experience, when baby, you do. And don't think that always when you give your opinion that means that person is just going to run with your advice immediately. No, it might take them some time, but I promise you it's going to be a day. And they're going to remember like, man, Ashley said that. She said that 3 years ago. Jasmine told me that last month. You know what? When I was talking to Tay, I remember. Now it makes sense. Like, Courtney did tell me that. She did. She told me what happened. Like, don't shut down on sharing and being 100% authentically you because you feel like you share and nobody's listening. No, in due time. Because what did I say? All things are connected to timing. And another reason why people don't share is because your story is not just yours. So for me, I just speak on my truth. Why I've been so reluctant to really tell my full story is because in order for me to tell my story, I have to tell you about those who play assistant roles. Okay. So yes, I have main character energy. I got the leading role, but those who play supporting roles, they are part of the story, and they might not have volunteered to be a part of my story, but you're a part of it. So guess what? In order for me to tell my story, I have to talk about my parents. That's how I got here. So sometimes it's uncomfortable for you to have to tell your story, and you have these supporting people who play supporting roles in your life, And that's everybody. That's family, that's friends, that's coworkers. Whatever the situation is that you're talking about, if it didn't happen with just yourself, if anybody else had any type of influence, play any part in that story, and you conveying that message, they become, supporting role. They play a supporting role. They become those, type B characters. And sometimes it's uncomfortable to be honest about your experience because those people might take it the wrong way. But that's not your problem. That's not your problem. I'm sorry, it might sound harsh. That's not your concern. Your job is to tell your story and understand that, let's just say I'm talking about an experience between me and Emily, okay? And I'm talking about it for a number of reasons. I'm talking about it first and foremost for healing purposes. I'm talking about it in the purpose of showing a situation, on showing how we overcame something, on how things can start one way and end another way. Whatever it is, it has a purpose. So it's not gossip. But in the process of, telling that story, it can get a little uncomfortable, but it is your story to tell because it is your experience. And with that being said, Emily does not have to agree. Emily don't have to agree with your side of the story. It's not even necessarily a right or wrong at this point. Listen, I am just speaking about experiences that I have had, things that have happened, things that transpired, and how I overcame them. Period, point blank. It's all about purpose. It's not about gossip. So keep that in mind. If it don't got purpose in it, then you might want to be quiet about that story for a minute. But if you find out the purpose, if you learned a lesson from it, then I invite you just to, kind of play with the idea of, how can I share this story? How can I convey this message? How can I share this experience for the purpose of bettering someone else, for the purpose of awareness or whatnot? So back to timing. I did a little research. I have so many messages about timing, but I did a quick little research today about things that take a long time to grow. Okay, and I have a long list, but for right now I'm talking about 3 things in particular. So number 1 is a Madagascar tree. Okay, a Madagascar tree, a Madagascar palm to be specific. It's called a Madagascar palm. It grows in enormous proportions. It dies after, what is it? I don't know what that say, but it dies after it flowers only once. And it only flowers, it takes 100 years for this particular palm to flower. So I researched this, and this palm tree wasn't even discovered until 2008. This palm tree been living for thousands of years, and it wasn't really discovered until 2008. Why? Because at face value, looking at the Madagascar palm tree next to a regular palm tree, you really couldn't tell the difference. So they thought it was just a regular palm tree because it takes so long. It takes so long to see its fruit. It takes so long to see its flowers. So some people in their lifetime, they won't ever see its fruit. They won't ever see its flowers because it takes 100 years for it to happen. And after the 100 years, it only flowers once. So imagine just having one shot. Imagine just having one opportunity. Imagine just having one moment to be able to express yourself, to be able to show who you really are in all your beauty and all your glory. Imagine only having one opportunity to do that. And imagine in that one opportunity that everybody had their head down like this, looking in their phones because they didn't have the attention span to notice that there was something beautiful about to happen in front of them. There was something amazing about to happen right in front of them. That their best friend was about to go off, that she was about to come out of her comfort zone, that she was about to break out of that shell, that she was about to come out of that depression that you so used to her being in, that she was about to break out of it all, but nobody got the chance to see it, to experience it, that they missed it because they was distracted. Because timing is everything. So again, that this particular plant, it wasn't even discovered until 2008 because at face value, looks like a regular palm tree. It takes so long for it to start fruiting, and flowers come, and when they come, it only happens once. One time. This is a one-time thing. So 100 years, a process. Might not get to see it. If you plant it, you won't see it in your lifetime. So the next thing was a Koringi, I think that's the name. I'm gonna put the spelling here. Koringi bush. When it blooms, it has blue and violet flowers that cover the entire plant. So the entire plant is covered with blue and purple, violet flowers. Sounds amazing. They are found in South India on certain mountains. So think about a mountain, as big as a mountain is, think about a mountain covered in violets and blues of beautiful flowers. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that beautiful? But guess what? This particular bush, it only blooms every 12 years. Can you imagine going outside right now